MGTV, η ομογένεια κοντά σας. Rosario's Italian Kitchen, classy yet casual Italian-inspired dining. Enjoy a fabulous meal early in the morning or late at night. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 4 a.m. We also offer a variety of American and Greek dishes, drive-through window. We also provide catering services. Rosario's Italian Kitchen, 7301 Pulaski Highway, Rosedale, Maryland. Call us at 410-866-6181.
So we're here at Rosario's restaurant in Baltimore, and you own Valentino's restaurant and also Italiano's restaurant in Baltimore, right?
Yes.
All in the same category.
We do have breakfast here. We'll introduce to the people Italian breakfast, because what I have now it's all American, regular breakfast dishes. Now there's a great selection of Italian breakfast and some other ideas. But the main thing here is Italian dishes. 75% of the menu, it's nothing but Italian dishes. And like I told you, I do have now two new chefs. One of them recently came from Swiss, and he's a great, I call him a scientist. And every day we are coming up with new ideas. As a matter of fact, you just saw the new sauce, spaghetti sauce he made. He upgraded ours, which was a great recipe, but he made it better. So I believe there's always better in anything you do in life, and that's I want to do here. I want to improve things every day, and like I said earlier, we are going to be adjusting the menu to the 4 seasons of the year. I like to come up with great ideas for pasta dishes, seafood. Here in Maryland we have the crab cakes, and I think we're coming up with a nice crab cake mix. Seafood pastas. We're going to get whole fish, bone-in fish. We can put on the table for the customers with the whole fish or deboning for them. Lobsters and the whole line of fresh seafood. So the best is here to come yet. You know what I mean? So I want people to trust us and to come here and tell us exactly what they want, and we'll deliver it to them. As far as the name, actually the name Rosario's came up from neighborhood. We're in Rosedale, and I wanted the name to be related to the neighborhood. So Rosario's is welcoming you. Carlos Orisate. Okay, Buonvenido, as they say.
And since we're here at Rosario's, the new jewel, I would say, a new restaurant in the area of Baltimore, in the greater Baltimore area, let's say a couple of words and make a presentation with your success story. So, when did you come to America, Mr. Protopapas?
I came to the States November 12, 1977. I remember the date very well. And I came here for school. I became an A&P mechanic. I used to work for the airlines and a flight engineer. But I used to sing. My hobby is to sing Greek, and I used to do it with the different Greek bands. So I came to Baltimore for a dance. I met my wife, and I stay here. I love Baltimore. So
For how many years in Baltimore?
Almost 29.
29 years in Baltimore, all right.
So at that time, United hired me, and I had to go to San Francisco, California. That's where they keep their main facilities, but my wife, she didn't want to leave the family, and I decided to go to restaurant business.
So where did you go first, George?
When I used to go to school in New York, I was all by myself here. My family, I have one sister, and my mother and father, they still live in Greece. So I had to support myself, and I learned the business, the restaurant business in New York. I started as a busser. My first job was over Georgia Diner on Queens Boulevard in a water institution.
There is still, exactly, Georgia Diner in Astoria. Who doesn't know it in Queens, Astoria, yes.
And my biggest teacher was the owner of Double T. mean, I have been to many restaurants and around the East Coast. Kaloidis was a great operator, and I learned a lot from him. And even the way I name my restaurants, different names, it was his strategy too. Because every restaurant is different, and you try to make it better all the time.
I understand, before we go to Baltimore, I understand you did some other jobs before you came down to Baltimore. So tell us about that. You were a singer, and you were working at the restaurant, and also you were a taxi driver? And always, whatever job you do, as long as it's an honorable job, you know, you're entitled to do it. And I think you're proud of it, that,
Yes.
you know, you worked in all these areas.
Yes. In the 80s, beginning 78 and up, a lot of Greeks, they left the restaurants and they went to be their own boss. They were buying those individual taxi medallions. I remember my uncle in 1977.
For how long did you do that?
For 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So tell us about your adventure in the United States and your adventure particularly in Baltimore. So you met your wife by coming here for a dance?
For a dance, and she was the flower girl.
You're coming from Greece, from where? Which part of Greece?
Actually, I'm from Karpathos.
Where particularly from Karpathos?
Diafani, Karpathos.
Afani, Karpathos.
Diafani.
Which is next to Olympus?
Next to Olympus. Diafani and Olympus, it's one μία κοινότητα. It's one.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
one.
Because we know that many Carpathians live in the United States of America.
New York and New Jersey.
And Baltimore as well.
And Baltimore.
Okay, so tell us your story here in Baltimore.
So my wife said they want to go to California, and I decided to go on my own business. And what I knew better next to my job was food business.
Mm-hmm.
So I was traveling around every day with the little car I had, and I was getting lost in Baltimore. I was getting out in and out of those agencies, realtors. They were asking me from thousands to millions. I didn't have no money in my pocket. So I remember I met someone by name Nick Pandoulis, and I said, Nick,
The realtor.
the realtor, yes. I said, Nick, I just need to find a location, and I can make it something. So he looked at me, and he tried to realize with whom he was dealing with, and he offered me Valentino's location. And that was the location that I got lost my first time in Baltimore. Instead of following down 95 South, I got out going west. Mm-hmm. And I got off on Hartford Road, and I ended up right at that intersection there. And I went to Crown Station across the street, and I asked for directions. And the guy who was in a booth over there selling gas, he was Italian, who married a Greek. And he started talking to me. He says, "Oh, you're Greek. My wife is Greek," and etc. So he put me back on the highway, and I went to Easter Avenue for the dance. So when I bought Valentino's,
It meant to be.
it meant to be, and they gave me the address. I went there, and I said, "That's a place. That's a corner." I got lost, and that's when I started.
So this is Rosario's is your third successful restaurant. The first one is Valentino's. The second one is Italiano's. Okay. And the third one is Rosario.
And the third one is Rosario. Okay. Here I try to put all my experience. I'm learning every day.
Of course.
I hire 2 different chefs right now. We try to introduce to customers different experience. Mm-hmm. As you saw today from some of the appetizers and food we did, there is no limit in anything. Mm-hmm. I'm never happy with what I'm doing in my life every day. I like to be better and better.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're striving to here in this location here.
So, what makes you famous here at Rosario's?
Actually, we're 75% to 80% into Italian food. And a lot of people, they love the crab cakes and the pasta dishes we introduce to them every day. We try to come up with different ideas. So now with the new chefs, we're changing the menu. We're going to be changing the menu for the 4 seasons of the year. Right now we're working on many ideas, and we always listen to the customer. We are always tell the customer, what do you like? Let us know. We can make your dish per order. A lot of restaurants, they say no substitutions, please. We do substitutions here, and we try to deliver to the customer the perfection, the way they like the food to be made, as long as they give us the time. Fresh food takes a little longer than pre-made or pre-cooked.
Mr. Potopoulos, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your hospitality. And I would like to carry on your message to the community as well.
Well, I like the Greeks to go back on the top. Like we were one time here in the States, and I will never forget, as you say, what someone told me. He was Greek when I used to drive taxi for 2.5 years in New York. And he looked at my name and he said, "Are you Greek?" I said, "Yes." He says, "I'm Greek too." And he used to work for, he was involved into the management of New York Cosmos. And he said, "My child, years ago, you were going to the bank, and if you were saying you were Greek, they were asking you how much. Today you say you're Greek and they run away." We like to earn back the trust of all the people. You know, with the problems we have in our country, I think it's not anybody's fault but our fault.
Absolutely, but first of all and foremost, we need to understand that we are all Greek Americans.
Yes.
We love Greece, that we were born in Greece, but also we chose to live in the United States. We abide the laws of the United States. We love the United States of America, and we need to be helping each other to have a sense of solidarity now with the crisis and everything. So
Yes.
this way we can help everyone get
Yes, I agree with you,
be
Paul.
afloat.
And I wish all people the best. And as you saw, I have a lot of Greek young people work for me.
Absolutely.
And
I congratulate you for that, because everybody says, and you know that I know so many people, not only in the East Coast of the United States, but all over the United States, everybody says that they are helping Greeks at the time of crisis, and you are the one who does it, whatever you say. And I commend you for that, and I thank you for that. I met Yanni and I met Chef Dimitri, so both of them are very good individuals.
Yes.
I commend you for that. Usually you used to have a program with the Romanian community. You used to bring all the Romanians
Well,
here.
it was Romanian,
Right.
but it's a program. They call it. One of them is work and travel, and the other one is training program.
Training.
And they are college graduates in hospitality business.
You're giving choices, you're giving opportunities,
From around
and I
the
commend
world.
you for that.
From around
Bravo.
the world. From around the world.
Bravo.
So, you know, it's Mario here, it's Nick. So I see myself in these people. Because I will never forget when I came to New York, I used to, I looked for a buzzer job. And it was so hard to find a job in New York back then, being a buzzer. So
Absolutely.
I do it with my heart, and I wish all these people the best of luck. And thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Rosario's Italian Kitchen, classy yet casual Italian-inspired dining. Enjoy a fabulous meal early in the morning or late at night. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 4 a.m. We also offer a variety of American and Greek dishes, drive-through window. We also provide catering services. Rosario's Italian Kitchen, 7301 Pulaski Highway, Rosedale, Maryland. Call us at 410-866-6181. Η δίγλωση ομογενειακή εφημερίδα Hellenic News of America βρίσκεται για 27 χρόνια στην υπηρεσία της ομογένειας, πάντα ανανεωμένη, επίκαιρη και ενημερωτική. Διοργανωτής της μοναδικής πολυκλαδικής έκθεσης Ερμής Εξπό, συμβάλλει στην ενημέρωση, επικοινωνία, δικτύωση και προωθεί τον ελληνικό πολιτισμό και αξίες. Με στοχευμένες εκδηλώσεις καταγράφει και προωθεί τις δραστηριότητες της ομογένειας. Αντικειμενική ενημέρωση της ομογένειας σε θέματα που αφορούν την ελληνοαμερικανική πολιτική, οικονομική και κοινωνική ζωή. Με την εφημερίδα Hellenic News of America συνεργάζεται επιτελείο γνωστών δημοσιογράφων, καθηγητών πανεπιστημίων, επιχειρηματιών, πολιτικών της Αμερικής, Ελλάδος και Κύπρου. Συμμετέχετε κι εσείς. Γίνετε συνδρομητής ή διαφημίστε την επιχείρησή σας και το γραφείο σας. Τηλεφωνήστε στο 610 446 1463. Email info@hellenicnews.com ή επισκεφτείτε την ιστοσελίδα μας hellenicnews.com.